What's going on? It's Brian Socia spitting all over my notes. That's what I do. And I got Rob here hanging too after an amazing show. I was there live for it, BKFC 26. We're going to talk about that today.
Yeah.
Got the man who made history. I call him the bare knuckle baboon. Luis Palomino coming on. We'll talk to him.
Champ.
Yeah, it's amazing what he did. First time in history. Like I said, I want to get his view on the fight and everything like that. We're also going to talk to a guy that's facing Jared Grant coming up for the interim title. Reggie Barnett. We haven't seen him for a while. I know this Reggie Barnett.
You've been trying to get him on for a while, right?
So yeah, it'll be exciting to talk to Reggie. It's been a while since we've seen him, since we've talked to him, find out what he's been up to. All kinds of stuff. We'll recap some of the event. This is ahead of the huge press conference going on today. We're excited for it in London, England. Oh, it's going to be awesome. That's going to be 2 o'clock. You can watch that.
So where can you watch it at?
YouTube and the BKFC app, where you can buy the BKFC app at bkfc.com or your app store, right?
And we'll talk about that today. I'm sure all the fans listening.
Ooh, the app.
Yeah, want to hear what's going on with the app, what the hell's happening. We'll dive into that, right?
I mean, we're definitely going to talk about that in a moment, but I just want to show you. I mean, this is going to be great. You never know what's going to happen with Mike Perry when he holds a live mic. That's going to be interesting. MVP is going to be there.
We're entertaining. Why didn't we get a plane ticket? This is amazing. Why are we not there?
What are you talking about? We are there.
You had to be here.
No, they moved the studio. We're actually in London. We're just not talking about it. They moved the studio to London, right?
Okay.
No, because we're low rung here. We're nobodies, buddy. We got to keep the ship rolling. Who's going to keep the ship rolling back here if we go?
I have no
because
idea.
You're afraid to fly. That's why we didn't get a freaking plane ticket.
I'm not afraid to swim. I'll take a boat.
Well, if you're flying,
and anybody out there, if there's any captains out there,
Captain Jack,
charter ships
Captain
over.
Jack Claffey, he'll drive you over there, man. Yeah, you might be swimming. That's why you're afraid to fly. That's what I'm saying to you.
I honestly have never watched Michael Venom Page at a press conference. He is so entertaining inside the ring.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen with him there.
But you have the human cauldron. You know what I mean? Mike Perry, never know what to expect.
Ever. Is that the start of it? I usually hear dun 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 dun.
That's not hype, man. I need some footy
God
songs.
Save
Is that
the
what they
Queen.
call?
God.
But this is a real fight.
Yeah.
No gloves. Michael Venom Page, one of the most feared strikers in history.
He's flashy
Combat
too.
sports.
I like watching. He gets flashy when he knocks people down.
Yeah. And about as real as it gets. Mike Perry.
As real as it gets. That's an understatement, Rob.
Who you got?
They're both. Yeah. I'm not going to make that prediction.
Yeah,
when
I'm
hears
not
this.
either. I'm not
But
making
but
that.
I'll say this: another guy, aside from the super fight, and you got Mike Perry with a mic, so who knows what's going to happen. Other than that, Connor Tierney is going to be there, who's facing Joe Elmore. Now, Connor Tierney is a human highlight reel in the ring and on interviews. You never know what he's going to say either. He's brilliant to watch, so I can't wait to see what he's going to bring. I know we'll be visiting with Joe Elmore at some point later on. Another press conference we'll probably do. We're excited to hear what he has to say as well.
Yeah, a little bit of drama, man. I got a little bit of whisper in my ear that Joe Elmore was angry that he wasn't.
What?
Yeah, he wasn't invited to the press conference.
Oh, maybe the anger's going to help him even more. I like an angry fight. An angry Joe Elmore's a fun Joe Elmore. You know,
Yeah,
he's tough as it is. Put some anger in that tank, see what happens. Because he's usually a pretty happy guy. He's pretty nice to deal with. But I'm sure we will get. I'm a big fan. I'll say this, Joe, if you're watching, I am a huge fan of Joe Hitman Elmore, and I'm sure we'll get you on soon. The guy, he's another highlight reel. He's out of his mind, and I say that respectfully.
Yes,
I love out of his mind Joe Elmore.
He's awesome.
He's a tough dude. So then Mick Terrell, who we've talked about many times, Mick Terrell's going to be at the press conference as well. I can't wait to see Mick Terrell really fight, not be sick and fight. I want to see the real Mick Terrell I've heard about from so many different people. And, of course, President David Feldman's going to be there as well, and special guest David Hay. I love that David Hay is going to be there. That shows you how important this is. I mean, that guy, he's a world champion, right? Former world champion.
Yeah, man.
He's coming out for it. All the stars will be there. Who else is going to be there? Who knows? It's going to be great. I know you can watch it. Streams live, BKFC app and YouTube. That starts at 2 o'clock, which means we'll get through this show, and then we're going to kick our feet up. Did you bring the boot? Well, we're not allowed to talk about that on YouTube, are we? Did you bring the libations?
I've got my blue agave.
Okay.
My
I
buddy.
encourage you, if you're at work, to sneak out right now, listen to our podcast, and get some booze for yourself.
Sneak out to your car.
Yeah, and just kind of get your flask, and just drink it while you're watching.
Don't
We'll have a
drink
big
and
party
drive,
with it.
though.
No,
Get an Uber.
No, go back into work.
Yeah.
Just drink in your car and then go back into work. That's what I do here.
Have you ever done that?
I do it here every day. I need to. You guys drive me to do it. I come in half hammered. My Uber drops me off. I'm half in a bag.
I think I did it one time in college. I had a warehouse job, and a bunch of my
probably
friends.
fun, right?
Yeah. They're like, "Yo, you want to go take a shot?" I'm like, "I've never drank it." I was one and done. After that, I was like,
Well, I'll tell you this. I drank with you because it was the Christmas show this year. I was drinking
yes.
Tito's.
Yeah.
But before that,
That was a vacation.
you got to remember something else. I came up in radio, dude. If I was just drinking on the job, then I'm an angel. I mean, in radio, some of the stuff I saw that I stayed away from. Are you kidding me?
I thought you guys were just like
what, nuns and priests? Yeah, get the hell out of here.
No.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm being dead serious.
Dude, I'm not saying everybody in radio, but I saw a lot of it. Cocaine.
Really?
Marijuana. Drinking. They're the top 3 I've seen in radio in those specific
Because your
order.
speech has to be so dead on and so
but also you have to be all not me, but this is just how I am naturally, but you have to be all yacked up. Some of these guys back in the 80s and stuff, and in the early 90s, they'd be like, we're here, we're dropping right, here's the next hit. You know how they were back in the day.
Like Macho Man.
Yeah, there's another
he
guy.
Just dropped some of the best promos, though, man.
Rowdy Piper. He'd come out sweating from the coke intake. Allegedly. I love Rowdy Piper.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're talking about. All right, so, radio was a lot of fun, but I'm trying to think. I worked at a mall. I did. I'll tell you, I went to Ruby Tuesdays when I worked at a mall.
Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah, remember?
How to tell someone how old you are without telling them how old you are.
I was young. I think I just turned 21, 22. We went and had what was called a Ruby Relaxer. And it was a big drink. And I went there on a break, and I came back all hammered and worked my Christmas shift, me and my buddy. It was so much fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I was just on break. I didn't know there was liquor in it.
Any fans out there, if you got any fun stories, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
I dig that. And if you think Rob or I have too many drinks today, let us know. I mean, sometimes it just sounds like it even when we don't, at least for me. I'm paid to speak, and I can barely speak English. All right, so a lot of good stuff went down. We'll be talking to Luis Palomino in just a couple minutes. He's due around 12:15, but, give or take, it's like Social Standard Time, SST. We don't know when we get to it. We wait till he gets in the virtual green room. But for now, we are live at Satellite 5 yet again. So much to get into. I guess we should... What do we want to get into before Luis? Should we talk? We're not going to have time to cover the show. We'll talk about that afterwards, I guess. Do we just address the app issues right away? I mean, let's get through that.
I don't even know where to begin on that one, man. I mean, go ahead.
I see I threw it to you. Well, I can. I'll address it. So,
all right.
I'm a fan of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. It's no secret. I've said it many times. I'm a fan that got a job here, and I'm very happy to be here. As a fan who works for the company, I am very frustrated by the app issues. I know the fans are. I saw it on social media. You saw it. I think the entire company is frustrated by it because we really thought this would be a better product for you. We really thought that this would be no problems at all. I mean, we've been talking about this in meetings. We were excited to launch it, and then boom, what happens? And I can tell you this: it was a great night of fights, and it was deflating for us to have you miss it. So what we're going to do is we're giving a free month to everybody. I know that who has an app. And apparently, from what I understand, I don't understand all the technical issues and stuff, but it sounded like it was a human error, not with us, with somebody from the app company. Okay. And basically, it was a switch they had to flip, and once they flipped it, it was back on. This is the report I got. But I'm not happy about it. I know from the top down, they haven't been happy about it. It pisses us off. This is not just what we enjoy watching and doing from the top down. It's also a business, and we want to stay in business. Yep. So this is a blow that we didn't want to happen. We sat here and said, the new and improved app, it's going to be great. Well, it's still a new and improved app.
It is.
It's just going to, it was another scraping our knees. We're trying to do the right thing. I'm not laughing. I'm more laughing because of what we sat here and we were touting how great it was going to be, and then it smacked us in the face.
Yeah. So I see a whole lot of the comments. The team reports back, like, look, people are really pissed off.
Yep.
And we hear everything of what people are saying. And I don't want to go too deep into the technical side of it. But if I could use an analogy, please. We had a relationship. We had a bad relationship with the previous app because we grew so fast. We grew out of it. Unfortunately, it was too uncomfortable. So we had to switch our turtle shell. During that transition, though, there was going to be some getting to knows, if you will, with a new relationship to someone we didn't know that well, meaning the technology with the app. There was going to be some growing pains, more so than we expected. Okay. Is that an excuse? Absolutely not.
No.
Now, is it being addressed 100%?
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
I don't want to speak for all of the fans. They don't want a month. They don't care about that. The price is $5. They just want to watch the fights.
But correct. I think, Rob, I do think the month is just a little handshake to say we're sorry. That's the start of it. And I think I'm glad we're doing that, but I'm with you. I just want to see the fights. And we will get there. Just bear with us.
The entire technology team, all the fans out there, they're working literally around the clock to ensure there's no issues. There's going to be multiple live streams, quote unquote, free events They're going to be running a ton of stress tests on top of what they already do. So they identified all the issues. They're going above and beyond to ensure there's no future issues. You're going to have these quirks, like a couple people had like an Android box. There's technological, nuances that are need to get addressed one-on-one on a case-by-case basis. But the issues that arise are fixed. The other issues, they're going to, again, stress test the app. They're working with...
Round the clock. They're working hard on this, too. Yeah. So, again, if you had a problem, we apologize sincerely. We apologize sincerely because we weren't happy about it either. Believe me, it brings stress on us as well because we don't want to do that. We want everyone to... it's a great value and want everyone to enjoy the fights.
It was a great production. You can rewatch it now.
On the app. It works. All right, so... let's talk about the goodness of this event. There were so many good fights, and you can actually go back, like you said, rewatch it. It's totally fine. But we have a guy, he's waiting in the virtual green room. I want to bring him in here. He's now 7-0, I believe, right?
Undefeated. Champ.
New lightweight champ. Now lightweight champ, number 1 pound for pound fighter, and the new welterweight champ. Here he is, the bare knuckle baboon, Luis Palomino. How are you, dude?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Wait, are you driving right now, or is somebody driving you?
I'm driving, but we don't need sunglasses, even though it's sunny out here, because our face stays pretty. It tastes okay. There's no black eyes, no bumps.
I was going to ask you why the glasses.
Yeah, right.
Nothing to hide.
My issue is
sunny Florida. I know I'm driving Mama Bear here to the airport. She's getting a little much needed vacation.
Well, it's wonderful that you're doing that. I just couldn't believe the champ, first ever in the history of bare knuckles, driving himself. You need like a stretch limousine in your contract next time, right? Right? Oh, did I say that out loud? Yeah, that's right. All right. We'll get it going for you. Well, we're glad to have you on here, man. This is, like I said, history making, and that has to feel good. Like, just let's start with that. It's a weird question. Tell us how you're feeling. It's got to be awesome.
It's incredible, man. There's no words to explain it, to be very honest with you. I went from a serious depression of not knowing, not completely admitting to myself that I was done fighting, even though I kind of had quit already MMA, to being able to compete again, go through an undefeated route, have the best team on my side, the best sponsors, and just keep winning and being the first in history two-weight division champion, man, for me, is huge, man. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge for not even just for you, for the industry, for the game, for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We like when people make history because it's a cool thing as the fans to see that too. Now, but physically, we see you without the shades. I mean, you look great. You look like a movie star. How are you actually feeling physically after the fight? I mean, how's everything going with that?
I'll tell you this much, man. I'm sore as hell. I'm still sore. You only get this type of soreness when you get into a dog fight. That's the only way I can explain it to you, because I've been through many fights and I don't feel sore at all. Maybe a little bumps in the hands from, of course, bare knuckle. But my actual muscles, my back, my sides, my shoulders, today is the last hard day of soreness. So, that's to tell you that we went at it, man. We really got in there.
You sure did go at it, man. I was there sitting right alongside the ring watching. You guys both came ready to fight. It was a great fight to watch. Thank you for the fight. I'd like to thank Elvin as well if he's watching. It was a great fight. What's the first thing you did? I don't mean with Elvin, I mean after the fight, when you left the arena. I see these pictures of you with laying on a bed with belts and stuff. What's the first thing you did when you got out of the arena and you just kind of could relax?
The first thing was finding my mom, my wife, my family, and celebrating with them. Finding the FY team, cigarette racing team, and we ended up going to this club, which I don't even remember the last time I've been to a club. Yeah, it's been a while. That's to tell you how much you mature, because I used to be none but clubs.
Oh, yeah.
In my MMA career, it was all clubs, before and after the fights. So now it's actually a little bit of a weird feeling, but at the same time, a good feeling. A different era in my life, a different time. My mom was in the club.
Mom was dancing.
I have no excuse. I have to be in the club celebrating with my people, my family, my fans, my team. Even my mom made it. So yeah. It was a great night, man.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
So the other thing I want to know is let's go back. I mean, forget about the club for a minute. As much as I'm envisioning your family dancing in the club with you with the titles on, you're probably having a great time. Let's talk about after the fight, directly after this fight. It's been a couple days now. Have you spoken with Elvin at all? I know you spoke in the ring a little bit. Have you spoken with him after the fight at all?
No, after the fight, I haven't seen him. I mean, I saw him immediately after the fight. I gave him a hug. I told him, bro, you're a damn champion, man. You're a champion. He fought like a champion, And afterwards in the back, everything was cool. We seen each other. We traded a couple of words of respect. And then after the fact, I'm starting to see like the whole social media talk where the Juggernaut must be in love with me or something. Man.
I was going to bring it up. I'm glad you did.
Sit down, calm down.
Hold on.
Man. This is not about you.
Luis, hang tight. Hold on. Wait a second.
A rough stretch of Florida right now.
Hold
the
on.
connection's a little bit bad.
It sounds like the Luis Palomino mega mix.
Looks like you're on the BKFC app right now. Just a little dig, man.
I want to hear what you have to say. You're hitting a rough patch here. So try to repeat what you were just saying. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So what I'm saying is, Breeder and I had a good exchange of words. His trainer and my trainer had a good exchange of words. The Juggernaut comes to my locker room, shakes my hand, congratulations, champ. And now he's starting all this crap. He just loves my clout. He loves to get attention of my people, of my fans, of my following, right? Where he's like, we won every single round. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? He's talking about he made a bet for 10K because he believed that much the Breeder can win, right? Where's the receipt? I'm asking for the receipt. I offered 10K myself. If he was so positive, I offered 5K if he couldn't afford a 10K, and he never asked me. You know what I mean? But he wants to talk all this crap, and now he got Brito, because Brito's a very respectful champion, man. Yeah. We had a good exchange of words. He knew his place, and now all of a sudden he's in Brito's ear, like, they have the best sponsors, and they bought the whole. Come on, man. Now you can't admit your loss because this dude is in your ear. So those things make the outcome ugly, But other than that, the way that I see it, 5 rounds is 5 rounds. I took 4 or 5 matches. If you won 1 round, that's about it. You know what I mean? So they can say what they want to say.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing that. After the fight, I heard some rumblings that I've seen it online a little bit. I've seen what Juggernaut said, and I've seen the other way of things too. Matter of fact, I saw Arnold Adams, our world heavyweight champion, who's also in the same bubble there as the same manager, I guess I would call it, as Elvin. He said he thought that you won the fight, and I thought it was nice that Elvin came on the comment and said, "I respect your opinion, champ." But why would you think that anyone would see it differently? That maybe you didn't win? I'm just curious why you would think that. Why do you think they think that?
No, I don't know what people are looking at. So what I do is pay attention to bot comments. So like, people, do your homework. When you're on social media, not everything's real. Everybody doesn't really look at their picture. I look at the fake bots. I look at all the fake comments and I don't even pay attention to them. So to that right there is very personal between Juggernaut and I, where he's an attention whore. And he's trying to get attention for himself wherever he can, even in a fight that has nothing to do with him or his weight class. You know what I mean? Just be quiet, man. Be quiet. You better say congratulations, champ. Then go turn around and start writing little girl notes on Instagram. Like, just be quiet, man. I don't see how anybody can see that I didn't win 4 rounds out of 5. I'll give him the second round. You know what? Even the first round, right? The first round, I won that first round. But if you want to leave anything in the judge's eyes, okay, let's say he gets first and second. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, you can't even compare, man. You can't compare from the start to the ending of the round. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
A lot of analysis said it was a very competitive fight. 3-2 was a lot in your favor, obviously, and you got the win. Ultimately, that's all that matters at the end of the day, is getting that win.
Sir.
History-making win. And that's exciting.
Yes, sir.
So now, after this fight, I mean, you had talked about the Chad Mendes fight. That's a fight that you want. Obviously, yes. That's a big money fight for you. You let him get his toes wet. Now you want it. Is that something, like, let's speak on that. I mean, is that your next fight that you want, Chad Mendes?
I mean, look, this is going to be the last time that I ask for it. I've been asking for Chad Mendes. I called Dave when he signed the contract, and Dave said he needs to get his feet wet first. He gets his feet wet, and they put him as #1 contender. I said, well, if you're the #1 contender, then when do we fight? And till then, is no answer. Now, I'm asking for the 3rd and final time, and I'm not going to force somebody to fight me. I believe it would be a big fight for the organization. I believe it would be a good fight for me, money-wise. Yes, I'm deserving of a good paycheck now. I put in the work. I'm a company man, and I deserve to get a money fight, and I think he's a great name for it. I believe that Chad Mendes and I can fill up a stadium in Peru.
But
we can do it in
October. Hold on one sec. I know Rob's got a question. I know he's burned to ask, but I have to ask you this.
A comment.
Why do you think, like, where do you think the disconnect is? You've asked for it 3 times. You said, is it an organizational thing, or is it a Chad Mendes thing? Why do you think it hasn't been answered, your call-outs yet?
I really don't have the answer to that question. He's a very respectful dude. He's very cool. We've had some good conversations. But as far as competing, I'm not sure if in his head it's a money thing, if it's a negotiation thing, if it's going to make sense for him money-wise, or if he even wants to keep on fighting. I don't know what's going on in his head. So that's why I keep asking until he doesn't tell me, hey, I'm not fighting you. Then I'm going to keep calling him out. Well, this is going to be the last time.
Could this be a Luis Palomino thing? You didn't bring that up. Could this be a Luis Palomino thing?
Think he's a little nervous about it?
Double champ, 7-0.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
I don't want to be the one to say it, you know what I mean? But look, put it this way. It could be something like that. Or it could also be, okay, if I beat the champion, this guy, he can be thinking, right? He could be thinking 2 ways. One, I don't want to face Palomino because I don't think I'm going to win. One, all right? That's the obvious. Number 2 is, okay, well, if I do face Palomino and I do win, I become the champion, do I want to continue fighting? Do I want to defend the belt? Do I want to be in the fight game? So it might be one or the other, you know? We're not sure. We don't know. I have to ask him that.
All right, so we love our fans, you know, good, bad, indifferent. You know how the opinions are online. So I'm going to read you, you know, a little bit of a comment right now from Facebook, Mikhail Valentin. After it was posted, MMA Junkie, that you wanted to fight Chad Mendes. This is his comment. Yes. Mendes, really? Okay. He has one fight. Tom Shoaf needs to be fighting for the belt or versus Mendes for #1 contender. Picking and choosing as the champion for a leapfrog, LOL. Let's make this fight with someone who's earned the challenge. 18 likes, some comments underneath. Wanted to get you to weigh in on that.
Let me ask you something. How many wins does Tom Shoaf have in a row right now?
I have to go through the notes.
He's going to go to the notes. Well, I do know, I could say this while he's looking. That's a good question, Luis. I do know that when we had Tom on the show before, he was saying that the reason he wasn't getting the wins that he should have been getting is because he was fighting all over outside of his weight classes. Now that he's back in his weight class, I believe maybe 2 in a row. I might be wrong. Rob's looking that up, back in his weight class. But we'll get that answer for you. So you're getting to the fact, once we tell you how many wins he has, where are you going with this? I can't hear him.
Wins in a row this year right now.
I can't hear you.
Shoaf is 4-3 with 3 wins in a row.
3 in a row. Okay.
Yeah, 3 wins in a row in his weight class.
Look, I have absolutely no problem fighting Shoaf next if that's what Dave decides. If Dave says, hey, look, we wanted to get you the money fight with Mendes. Mendes is not available for whatever reason. He doesn't want to take the fight for whatever reason. And it's Tom Shoaf, then that's what Dave says, and that's what we take. We take Tom Shoaf. He got at least 3 wins in a row. I'm good with that. I have no problem with that. But look, you can't blame me for looking out for myself to make some money, man.
Of course.
I'm 51 years old. I think I've done enough to ask for a money fight. So, you know, I know as a fan, to answer the question, you know, I know as a fan, you know, you're looking at the rankings and you're looking at who's next. I didn't even have it on my radar, but I have no problem fighting Tom Shoaf if that's what Dave decides. If we can't get me a money fight, then we'd fight Tom Shoaf.
and Shoaf has hopped around a little bit in different weight classes. You're obviously the double champ at this point. We spoke on it before this fight. You weren't sure how comfortable you're going to be. You said you felt great. When I asked, you know, what's next? If you do win, what's next? Are you defending the welterweight title? Are you going back down? Are you staying where you're at? What's next for you? And if the fight was with Chad Mendes or Shoaf, what's the weight class?
To answer your question, it's like it's simple, man. I keep it very simple with the organization. I'm looking for money fights. You already know that, okay? Along the way, I'm not letting go of 55-pound belts, and I am going to defend the 165-pound belt simultaneously. Okay? The only way you're going to be able to get rid of me from the 155-pound division is 2 ways. 1, you got to get somebody that can beat me. I don't believe that Tom Shoaf is that person. 2, you got to give Tornado a shot against the #1 contender after he wins this fight. You give Tornado a shot at a title, I'll relinquish the belt and I'll stay at 165 happily ever after. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem going to 165 and staying on 165.
It's funny you say it, Luis, because I'll say for the people who don't know, when you're saying tornado, you mean Goodjohn, Tyler Goodjohn. And I was going to ask you, has Tyler challenged you yet for your 155 title? That was my next question. Has he?
He's become my training partner, like a brother to me. One of the biggest reasons my cardio was A game, apart from my conditioning trainer, Amner Pareda, was that Tyler pushed me, man. Yeah. Tyler has a gift that he didn't even know he had. And he pushed me in the cardio area of my camp. And we just discovered something that he didn't even know. Yep. So get ready for Tyler 2.0, man, because Tornado's coming with a vengeance, okay? We're getting him ready so I can pass on the baton to him and he can carry that torch.
I know that's
I know that he'll be champion.
I know that's kind of, you were kind of saying before your plan. I will speak on Tyler really quick. I spoke to him at the show when he was in your corner and stuff. He looks in more healthy, in more shape, mentally, physically, everything. I know he recently got baptized, as did your wife. Congratulations. Wonderful. And I feel that's a huge step in their faith. That's huge. But I think that's going to help mentally.
Listen, I'm one of the biggest Tyler Goodjohn fans there is. But I have to say this, with all due respect, with a 1-1 record, challenging a belt, I would love to see him 100% healthy, mentally, physically.
Looks great.
And see what happens after that. If he comes out and he puts on a phenomenal performance. But, I mean, at this point...
I agree. No, I agree. I don't think that he should go directly for a title shot. No, what I think is he's going to fight James Lilly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
James Lilly's the number 2. So knocking out with a highlight James Lilly, coming up for only a loss against a champion only, that puts him into title contention or puts him against somebody that's in title contention.
Oh, he definitely. Yeah, his rankings go up 100%.
The
other
thing is, and this is the last thing I'll say about Tyler. I ask you this question every time we spoke, and you never answer it. You kind of laugh about it. Have you taught Tyler? Yeah. Have you taught Tyler all your tricks?
There goes the smile.
I told you. Oh no! Now the internet froze up. Even the internet won't answer it. Oh, that's it. There we go. I guess we lost Luis.
The question.
Look, he dodged it, right?
We still got him. I think
he's still connected.
Oh, he's still there. We have a huge picture of you. I must say, your abs are on point. I can see that in this picture. So, have you taught Tyler all your own stuff? Have you taught him all your secrets or what?
I give him a good 90%. Good 90%.
That's all I wanted to hear. All right, I'm good with that. Do you have
gotta say something?
I appreciate your time very much, champ. Congratulations.
Congratulations on making history. I'm not gonna lie, Elvin represented us. You represent us, and we're very proud how you represent us as champion. And if a guy had to make history, you're the guy to do it. More power to you, because you're a guy that represents the organization so well, and we appreciate it. Luis Palomino, #1 pound for pound, double champ.
Absolutely.
And where's Mama Bear? Is that her behind you? Who's behind you?
She's right here. She's behind me, my sister.
Hey, Mama Bear, how are you? You proud of your son? Are you proud of your son or what?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, everybody in the car. Here we go. Hi, guys. Thanks for putting up with the interview. Hey, Baboon, before we let you go, I always do this to see if he does it. Honk your horn real quick. Yes! Everyone's done it they've asked so far. Thanks, champ. You're the man.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Take care, guys.
Flight, Mama. All right, bye-bye. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoy down to earth people that are fun to talk to, and he's definitely one of them. And he's a history maker, and he's a guy. He said it. He's a company man, and I'm going to piggyback on that. He is. He's easy to work with. He shows up on time. He's professional. He dresses professional. He just takes everything so professionally. And I say it again, we couldn't have a better guy to make history for the first time than him. He's going to be a guy to be around the organization for a long time, even when he's not fighting, I feel like.
Well, you heard it. You heard it from him directly. He's not dodging Shof. He wants the money fight. He thinks Chad Mendes is the money fight. I don't think that's the fight next for Chad Mendes. I think another fight. It's gonna take one or two for him to really get solidified.
But Luis Palomino, again, I'm going to say it. You have to respect the fact that he wants the money. It's like he's not disrespecting Tom Shof, nor could you. Tom Shof is great. But he's saying, I want the money fight. I think Shof would even understand. He might not like it, but I think he'd understand that because, look, you're a fighter. Make the money. What do they say? Make the hay while the sun's shining. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to make the hay while the sun's shining. Make that money, man.
How does that look? Just hypothetically, how would it look? Mendes 1-0, challenges for the belt, and the worst possible scenario happens. He knocks him out, takes both belts, rides off into the sunset.
Wow. I mean, you got the rankings up here now.
It's dangerous.
Take a look at it.
We got the rankings. Awesome.
Chad Mendes is ranked number 2. So, I mean, I want to know. I mean, these rankings, like we said before, we're still trying to kind of figure out how
the issue with the rankings is the timing of the fighters. If they're a year out from their bout, I believe they're automatically removed from it, or they're not putting to the pool. Can someone fact check me on that?
Yeah, if they're inactive for a year, they're supposed to be not eligible.
See, real fact check, not like the Twitter, Facebook.
Zing.
Yeah, I called him out. Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, great! Now they're gonna hide our stuff on Facebook. Anyway, I think we should always, in case you're new to the show, the rankings that you're seeing, and if you're listening to the podcast, you're not seeing them, but that we're talking about are powered by Combat Registry. So it's not us; it's an independent company doing the rankings. But you see, and now we'll have to change that to 7-0, I believe now, right? There he goes. So here's the current rankings for lightweight. I'm curious to see which fight Luis takes next. Is it going to be lightweight? Is it going to be,
he sounded open. I didn't get a direct answer on that because, it was a multi-part question because I asked him about Mendes. I asked him about Shof, but he answered it straight up. He wants Mendes. It sounds like the super fight. Mendes looked great. I think that's going to be a great fight. I'd like to see Mendes one more prior to that.
Who would you put Mendes against? Let's play Nate Shook for a moment. Go ahead. You be Nate Shook, Rob. I said be Nate Shook. You have to actually become him.
Martin Brown.
That's not how Nate
So actually, this is a little outdated.
What?
Okay.
This is before Jackson. So.
This is as of
we're
May
looking
19th.
at
Yeah, so the new rankings are obviously Palomino champ.
Okay.
Mendes number 1 now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Robbie Peralta number 2.
Okay.
Number 3 James Lilly. Number 4
Robbie Peralta's
Martin Brown.
undefeated, correct?
He is 2-0.
2-0. Gotcha.
And then Bobby Towers down to number 5. So
gotcha. Okay.
Disregard what I just put up there.
That's all right. That's good. We like to look at the pretty pictures.
Yeah.
It works.
Well, it's shaking up, man. It's definitely shaking up.
But that's good because we can see what the rankings look like before, and then have Dave tell us what they look like now. So I dig that.
Yeah, we should do that. We should look at the rankings and say this is where we're at a month prior, and this is where we're at now, and then you can see the differences. Or what is it like? You'll sometimes see the arrow, right? An arrow will be like up one or down one or something.
I believe they do that on the website or on the app.
Okay,
probably.
yeah.
But I like how we just cleaned up that mess. That was great. See how we made turns lemons into lemonade there. I dig it.
So breaking news. Loudest chair.
We have breaking news. We have breaking news. What's the breaking news?
All right, breaking news. Our buddy Evan is in the United Kingdom right now. He's in London with senior Mike Perry, MVP, for the press conference that's streaming at 2 p.m. today.
Good plug.
And he sent off a face-off video that took place prior to the press conference in front of Buckingham Palace. So we're going to roll that.
Where's it at? Where can I see this thing? Oh, look.
On the TV.
Okay, there we go.
Little do they know the people behind them of what's going on.
I'm more excited for this fight. Just them standing next to each other, I'm excited.
Yo, man. Mike
Look
Perry
at the beautiful scenery.
Diesel, dude. He looks jacked.
He does. He looks buff.
So that's from our always happy buddy, Evan.
Awesome, man. That guy's a sunshine in
He's a ray.
cloud.
He should be Ray.
Yes,
he should be a ray of sunshine. That's what he should be.
Ray sunshine.
No, thank you for that, Evan. So that's exciting. So leading up to this press conference, which you can watch on the app, BKFC.com to grab it if you don't have it yet, the BKFC app, or you can watch it on YouTube. Excuse me. It's leading up to the press conference. That gets me more excited. I mean, not to be weird, but like, we're not in London. We're here. We see these walls. That's beautiful scenery, man. I mean, 2 o'clock, make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be the talk of the combat sports world because, again, you got Mike Perry. He seemed calm, but Mike Perry seems calm, but then you never know when that switch flips with Mike Perry.
Dude, he looked big, man. He looked big.
He did. When did wearing a fanny pack got cool again? I feel like it was cool when we were young.
Dude, if you're Mike Perry, wearing a fanny pack has always been cool.
Yeah, so you do whatever the hell you want. I agree. But I noticed that it went out for a while. Yeah. And I feel like kids, I think Evan has one. Mm-hmm. Like, do you wear fanny packs?
Nah.
I was thinking about bringing it back.
I still wear book bags and pockets and old wallets. Want to see my old wallet?
Your wallet looks like it's in distress, man. As we get ready,
look at this. Look at this vintage wallet. I have 2 other wallets that I have sitting at my house that I refuse to use. I just love it, man.
Thank you, Rob. So anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. That is old, dude.
Yeah, can't let it go.
So We're excited for it. Press conference, 2 o'clock. Tell your friends. Get on Twitter. Get on Instagram. Get on Facebook. Let them know. Call a friend. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be amazing. YouTube and the BKFC app. 2 o'clock. Be tuned in for that. Special guest David Hay. It's huge to have him. I know he's a big bare knuckle fighting fan too. Bare knuckle fighting championship. And I feel like in London, they've seen bare knuckle fighting. It's big there, but they've never seen BKFC, bare knuckle fighting championship. It's a different production, different set of rules, and I think it's going to be better for them when we're there. I think the fans are really going to take a liking to it. Tons of tickets already being requested. That makes me happy to say because we're part of this, and it's just an honor to watch this press conference. It's kind of something we've been eyeing up for a while now.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring it up again. This is the last time. I'm just really salty. I'm not going to be there for the event live because it's going to be phenomenal, man.
You're still looking for a ship to take. You need a boat. You could row over there. If anybody can get him a boat, maybe you can stow away too. Like
anyone watching it live, you're lucky. Send me some clips.
All right, so I know we have Reggie coming on. Reggie's going to be on around 12:45. Reggie Barnett Jr. He's challenging Jared Kid Gotti Grant for the welterweight. What am I saying? Bantamweight. Sorry.
Yep.
The bantamweight. I can't speak. Rewind.
The interim championship.
The interim
is on
bantamweight
the line.
world title. Thank you, Rob. We're excited for that. And I'm curious. I kind of talked to Jared for a moment at Hollywood. He was there front row with his title. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you don't have to do this. You're the interim champion. You could lose the interim belt. He just wants to fight. And I told him he's going to be coming on the show. We were going to talk to him today, but we're going to reschedule him because I want to kind of pick his brain a little more. He just seems like to me a young guy, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is what it seemed like from talking to him. A young guy, it's excited to be having that gold over his shoulder and wants to continuously prove himself and fight. He just wants to fight. He wants to fight and show because he doesn't think he's going to lose it. Who does, right? Yeah. So he thinks that this is another fight I can take. He just wants to keep getting that respect. He's going to keep fighting until Johnny fights him, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm a wimp. I wouldn't do that, but I respect the fact that he wants to give the people fights. He wants them to see him fight. He wants to stay active. He doesn't want to wait around. I mean, they say, I've heard people say, like, don't quit. You got to keep your jersey on because when you turn your jersey in, you're out of the game. He wants to stay in the game kind of thing. So props to Jared Grant. And look, Reggie is not an easy fight. We've seen Reggie. Reggie's a BKFC OG. I'm excited to talk to him, see what he's been up to and all. But, yeah, Reggie's not an easy fight to take. It's not like you're just going to walk over somebody. So...
Yeah, also on that card, man, you have Jomi, undefeated.
Jomi with the wacky jab that just takes people out. That jab's whacked, but it works. It's effective.
Man, the unique styles that are coming about in BKFC, man, it's really, really something else to see.
Jomi Escoboza is taking on the other Jared Warren.
Yeah. What a
Captain Deadpool.
Talk about, I hate to backtrack, but we talked about, styles and uniqueness. I want to talk about the prelims of the previous fight.
Oh.
What happened? Meaning, my man straight up UFC tackled his opponent.
That was crazy, right?
I was like, wait. I'm like, and you can rewatch it now. It's on YouTube. You can check out the prelims.
I loved it. I was like, it's the WWE BKFC.
I was speechless. I was like, what? But what even took me back even further, though, was when the ref started counting. I'm like, he hit him. He tackled him to the ground. And, my man's like, well, what's going on? He starts counting, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
Do you remember who the ref was?
I don't.
For that one?
I do not.
Because sometimes I'll kind of talk to the refs
thankless
to thank
job,
them about
and
it.
I am not by any stretch shitting on the refs. They do a phenomenal job. But a very strange situation.
Andy Glenn, he's a fan. He's a friend of the show. He watches all the time. Hi,
Andy's
Andy,
awesome. Does a great job.
He'll
I was
come
very
up to
confused
me,
as to...
and we'll have to talk to him because he'll come up to me and he'll explain to me if we're confused by something, if the crowd was, why it happened. And 9.5 times out of 10, Andy Glenn makes it make sense to me, even if I don't think it makes sense. We didn't get to talk about that.
Any chance someone in the truck can cue that up in a split second?
Yeah.
Give
some notice
slide
here,
tackle.
What's this again?
No. The prelims, where the punch and the tackle all in one.
That didn't sound good. I wish there was a camera in there today for that. Something just broke.
Studio's falling apart.
I don't know. I thought it was on your side. Anyway, the prelims. So if they can pull them up, that'd be great. If not, we'll keep talking about it. The other guy is Christopher Young. He's another guy who'll make it make sense. Sometimes they just come up to me and be like, Bri, we know you're going to talk about this on the podcast. Here's why this happened. And I appreciate that because they're defending their decisions. And that's what you want out of a ref. You don't want a ref that goes, well, I don't know. I ruled it a slip, but it was a knockdown. And they'll admit when they're wrong. I have a lot of respect for all the BKFC refs, but especially those two. Andy's always telling me what the real deal is.
The reason why I bring that up is because you see the fans talking. The fans are part of it. right?
Yeah.
I love the fans, man. Like I said before, the love, the hate. You're here, you're watching it, you're part of it.
Yeah.
You know, you're interacting with this sport, especially in its infancy. And I love that. I love BKFC because you're part of it. You're part of the overall experience.
Townsville-Wassey fight?
Yes, it was.
And do you know when it was?
Rob, now you're on Front Street. Now Rob's on Main Street.
Second round? Maybe it was second round shot.
I wish I could help you. I was there live, so everything blends together because I was running around. I didn't get to watch
Yeah.
the broadcast yet, but I'll say something else while we're looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
That the fans in Hollywood, Florida, last time we were there, we broke all kinds of records. This time, I don't know for sure, but I feel like we might have. I mean, we had a ton of people. They were hanging from the rafters. And what I find with crowds usually in the Miami area is they get up for certain fights. They're ready to rock. But it's different than a Salamanca, New York, or a Great Falls, Montana, simply because it's in the Miami area. There's so much going on. They come a little later, which I always tell people, don't come late. Come from the prelims on, because they're going to be great fights. You can't miss a single bare-knuckle fight, even if you don't know someone. It's always going to be good. But they started to fill in. They came a little quicker this time than they normally would. And the other thing I
Say
noticed...
that one more time.
What? Quickly? More quickly?
No. They did what?
They came in a little quicker? I don't get it. Make the joke, make it funny.
That's okay. The fans
Everybody
will get
else got it.
Are you doing? Is there a sexual reference in there? Is that what you mean?
Nah, man.
They came a little quicker. Oh, I get it. You're sick. You're a sick individual. Look at you, sick bastard. Let's move on. Show some decorum, Rob. How dare you?
Man.
So, yeah.
All right, we got Mike and Mish in the chat. I apologize. I was having trouble loading it up, and it was the fourth round.
The fourth round. Okay. There, the producer in the truck, Rob's stellar there. Fourth round. He's searching the second round.
Yep.
Thank you for that. Mission accomplished, by the way. Great job there. They were there covering, and it's always good to see them. So the other thing I was saying about the crowd was I feel like this time it was the loudest crowd we've ever had there. You can see it changing because we've been there a couple times where now they're showing up earlier than they used to. They're responding to more. That crowd was pumped. And some dignitaries there in the crowd as well. I saw Paige Van Zant there. I saw Elston Vanderford, maybe scouting competition. I don't know.
Yeah, Paige has been active, tagging up BKFC. Here we go.
Not sure exactly where it is.
So look, let's talk about, as we're waiting for it, let's talk about who else was there. We saw, of course, Ben Rothwell there. I want to talk about that later.
Yeah,
Ben Rothwell is gigantic. I'll say
I did not know that man was 12 feet tall.
He's huge. His fists are like as big as my face. Greg Hardy was there as well. Big fist as well. Another big guy.
This was a phenomenal fight, man. I had my expectations for it. Totally blew me away.
Oh, yeah, man. And this is a prelim fight, dude. That's what I'm saying. You can't miss him. Tomahawk. They loved him there.
Heads up, Phil.
Yeah, Phil almost got taken out there.
I think this is the ending. I'm sorry. I was looking for the actual... Well, listen.
That's why show prep's amazing. Right? Is that Andy Glenn there? I think it's Andy Glenn in there, yeah. There's the doc. One of the best in the world, going to check, make sure everything's okay. Proud to have him as part of the team, too. And you can watch it on the app, bkfc.com. See what you think about it. We can talk more about that next week as well. We can weigh in. Stay waiting for Reggie. He was due at 12:45. I'm sure he'll be on soon. But the other thing I want to talk about is the other people that were there. We're kind of getting into that. Here's what I noticed. Ben Rothwell, couple things. That guy is going to be something to be dealt with. He's gigantic.
Ooh,
as a person, he was wonderful to talk to, very easygoing. His fists are huge. But what really struck me about Ben, I think this is so cool. And Ben, if you're watching, thank you. Because you don't always see this when we sign a fighter, especially a sizable name. He showed up in a bare knuckle fighting championship t-shirt, part of the company. And he was working out in the ring ahead of time, like trying to kind of feel what it felt like. And I said, what'd you think? He told me he liked it. And he told me that the problem he's having, this is crazy. The problem he's having is he fights shoeless. So now he can't find a pair of shoes that fits him. He's got size 16, I think he said.
True.
And he said they're too wide. So I'm like, dude, that's an endorsement deal. Go to somebody get endorsed. So we're looking for shoes for Ben.
Yeah, Adidas, Reebok, Nike. Hit up our buddy Ben. He's got a size 16.
Yeah.
Which is probably not something you'll find in your local Foot Locker.
I was like this. I was like, Ben, nice to meet you. He was so big.
Giant, man.
Wonderful guy. And then who else? Oh, Mark Ingram, the football player, was there. I know our intern, we'll talk to him later. Chris Huck got to meet Mark Ingram. That was a big deal for him. He's a big football guy. I mean, that's typically all of our shows, but especially in that area, is packed with celebrities. There's all kinds of pro wrestlers there. It was cool. But the other guy, Greg Hardy, who we signed, I mean, that got a lot of buzz on ESPN.
Polarizing, man.
Yeah. But Ben was wonderful to talk to. I know there's an interview done with him. Not Ben, I'm sorry, Greg. Greg was wonderful to talk to. And I think Mike and Mish might have posted, Mission Accomplished might have posted. It looked like Hardy and Ben Rothwell did a little face-off outside the arena. They have some video footage of that on their site. I saw that. So maybe that's a fight in the future. Who knows? Two big dudes, man.
Yeah, that combined weight's over 500 pounds.
Here's another little, I'll peel back the curtain a little more. Greg Hardy was sitting behind me, directly behind me where the row, like Paige and all them were sitting, right? During the main event, he must be a Luis Baboon fan because he was going nuts. Greg was like, "Come on, Baboon! Come on, Baboon!" He was really into Baboon.
So, all right. So,
what?
A little birdie told me, talking about peeling back the curtain. Apparently, something happened leading up to Beck Rodriguez, Britton Beltran. They apparently video leaked and was shown to Beck of what Britton had said about her.
Well, yeah, it was leaked online as well. I think a bunch of the podcasts put it out. I don't know.
Before their weigh-ins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was right before the weigh-ins, I think. Here's the thing.
Do I sound too dirty to ask what was said, or do we have that video? Can we play it? Is it appropriate to be played?
Here's
I think you have some information.
No, I'm going to give my direct thoughts on it. I think it was ridiculous that the video was leaked. I think it was
Did you see it?
I saw it online. Whoever leaked the video, I mean, I hope gets fined or fired. Because it was, there's certain things that hit the cutting room floor for a reason. I don't know how it got leaked. I don't know why it got leaked. There was enough heat going.
Am I a bad person that I want to see it?
You probably do want to see it.
Because I have no idea. Is it bad?
I don't have it.
Well, yeah, better off, dude. If you want to see it, it's online. You can go find it. But there's some stuff said about...
all right, give me the Cliff Notes.
All right, I'll give you... It was real quick. It was something like... And I didn't see it till afterwards. It was something to the effect of, she basically Britton was calling Beck a bad person, something like that, a violent person. Something about her kids. She brought the kids into it.
Brought the family.
But it was something like the kids.
Oh, yes. Someone posted. Okay, I got you.
You saw that one?
Yes, I saw it in a group on Facebook. I think it was Only Hands.
Only Hands.
And someone said something like, yeah, you can't bring her kids into it or something like that. And I'm like, I've never seen Beck that fired up in a way.
She's mad. She's mad. So
it seemed personal.
I want to get to more of this. I want to kind of unpack all this. But she said something about her kids giving the finger or something on social media, and like that's not a good mom. Something, I'm cliff noting this. It's not the exact words. Okay. So I don't have any problems. But like I said,
I don't have any problems.
No, I don't. I really don't, because I don't agree with it. I think it's ridiculous that was leaked, and I think it's shitty. I do. But I do know that a couple things happened. Let's go in chronological order here. You're not going to see him today, but you'll hear him. Chris Huck, he's our intern. I love this kid. You're very calm. You seem almost shy sometimes, Chris. So
he was there.
Yeah, he was working the backstage area at the weigh-ins, bring the people out. So this is Chris Huck's first ever time at a bare knuckle show. He doesn't know what he's in for.
Oh man, you guys gave
it. And I say to Chris, how was your time backstage area? And Chris, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. It was crazy. So I was back there. I was pretty much just helping tell the fighters when to go out. And so both the girls came back after the weigh-ins, and they immediately just started screaming at each other. It was crazy. And I didn't really know what was said because there was so much going on at once, but it was insane.
So it was after the weigh-ins, not before?
Yeah, it was right after they got done their weigh-ins.
So you didn't hear anything that was said? Like, did you hear Britton try to apologize for what may have been said, or she was in the dark about it? Maybe she didn't know the video was leaked. Did you hear anything like that or no?
I don't really know exactly what was said, to be honest. There were so much stuff going on at once. People were all getting in each other's faces.
My man was trying to stay away. He's like, no, I'm just going to get out of the... Sochi would have run to it like a fool. He's staying away. You're smart, Chris.
Yeah, and then after a while, it got broken up. But yeah, they were going at it for a while, just screaming at each other. It was mainly...
Any shots fired? Any punches?
No, there's no shots fired. It was mainly just words. But yeah, it was crazy.
Words hurt too.
Yeah, man. It looked... I was wondering. I was like, man, that did not look like a comfortable Beck Rawlings.
No.
And listen,
and Britton looked shocked. I mean, you can see it in her eyes.
I'm going to put it out there. All right, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'll say it was done on purpose. And I'll say it might have been someone that deliberately done it, because I think
the leak you're talking about?
Yeah.
Of course it was done on... Why would somebody leak it?
No. I think it might have been done by, someone that is looking to help Britton, because whether you want to agree or disagree, Beck Rawlings looked off. She looked emotional.
You think she was too angry?
Dude, rewatch the fight. Okay. At the end of the fight, she had just as much energy.
Oh, I don't know if they showed. Did they show that on the broadcast? Because they were going at it. I mean, that was.
Yes.
I hate to say it, but it was more of a fight afterwards than like as far as yelling than the running that.
That's what I'm saying. I think. Again, conspiracy theorist Rob, whatever.
Yeah, you are. But I am too, though.
The Earth is flat.
Yeah,
so
it's not you. Yeah, because it's Rob's sound effect. That's Rob's entrance music. But I see what you're saying. That could be beneficial.
She owned her up here, man.
But here's the thing. Even if it was done
there rent free for 5 rounds.
But even if it was done to help Britain, right? Still the wrong thing to do, in my opinion. And I love stuff like that. I'm not going to lie. Like,
is it?
I'm not.
It's got the W.
I'm not going to lie. I enjoy the heat. I enjoy the craziness. I enjoy everything. If somebody says something to him, I enjoy all that. But this one was a little much for me. Yeah, because I said there was enough heat already headed into that fight. So maybe someone did. That's a good idea, Rob. I never thought of it like that. Maybe someone did it to help Britain. I can tell you this. I spoke with Britain the next morning after she won in the lobby, her and Joey. I was getting ready to catch my flight. And she was very forthright toward me. She said, I can't believe you did this to me. I said, you? I didn't do it. What are you talking about?
Who's this?
This is Britain talking to me.
She said this to you.
Yeah.
What?
She was very respectful about it, but that the video was leaked. I said,
she thought you did it.
Well, I think she meant BKFC.
Oh,
gotcha.
But
again, it wasn't BKFC. It was some moron.
Well, you are
BKFC.
wearing the shirt, so you are representing the entire.
I know, which I felt bad about because, like I said, I've always liked Britain. I've liked Joey too. Look, I have a lot of respect for Britain Hart. Now, she actually told me, I want to say 2 things. One, she didn't get the mic afterwards. I read this, so I want to say this. She wanted to dedicate the win to her daughter, Paris, which I thought was pretty cool. And I'm sorry she didn't get to do that. I wish she would have gotten the mic. So I'm letting the world know that. That's cool. But this is what she said to me. She said that it wasn't cool that got leaked, and it's just ridiculous. And she just seemed upset. But then she went on to tell me that, like, she thinks she knows who did it. I'm not going to incriminate that person because I don't think that person did it. I don't think that person would do it. He's professional. I don't think he would do that. But I kind of felt for her a little bit because I'm like, yeah, she kind of got blindsided by this going into a fight. She also was dealing with some problems. We know that as well. We've explored them. We've talked about them at that time. And she told me, this is interesting because this never came out, that she actually told Beck, and I didn't see this, what Britton told me, that I think she said she was sorry for saying those things. She was at a weird point in her life. I guess she didn't even remember saying them or know she was saying them. And she said that they she basically tried to apologize and Beck was like not having it.
We're gonna watch it.
Watch this.
A lot of energy left in the end.
Hey, don't even argue. Britton Hart's husband, Joey Beltran, the former BKFC heavyweight champion in her corner.
I mean, Sean, there's a lot of talk going back and forth right now for somebody who hasn't heard the judges because this can be anybody's fight. So.
Pussy ass bitch.
See how this goes? You know the theory, Chris, in combat sports where there's animosity, you fight, and then you become close friends?
Yeah.
That does not apply in this fight.
Well, nothing's 100%, Sean. I'd say that probably uses about 80% of the time.
I want to talk about that comment.
You're mad at me, I'm sorry, okay? I'm Australian. I don't forgive.
I'm Australian. I don't forgive. I love that quote.
Okay, Rob. Two things I gathered from that. The one thing I want to touch on first. Now you have something you want to touch on. The one thing is, I don't know if it was said other than that, but we heard Britton say, "I'm sorry, Beck. I'm sorry." So kudos to her because she knew that she may have said the wrong thing. She did say the wrong thing, and she tried to own up to it. I respect a person for doing that. I mean, you do something wrong, you own it. And she did that. So respect to Britton Hart Beltran. But the other question I have, and I forgot to ask this, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I've been thinking about it the whole time. Why in the hell did Beck Rawlings decide to put, I don't know what they're called, not a weave, what's it called, like extensions? That wasn't her real hair. That was coming undone during the fight. Like, did she want to look good? And I'm not trying to be funny. Why would you do that? I would think that most of the time women will braid their hair to keep the hair on their face. She added hair that was braided, but it fell down.
I don't know her exact hair length.
So let's talk hair.
But maybe she can't pull it back because it's not long enough, and she tried to add that to keep it all together.
Well,
I don't
could
know.
be it. That could be
I'm
it.
not sure, but
Like
I think
now.
there's there should be a better solution to that because she was
it was
fiddling around with that a little bit.
Fiddling
too much,
around. I like that word.
right?
Use fiddling. Good
Yeah.
word. Well,
but hey, man,
what do you have from that?
Was it done deliberately? Was it leaked? At the end of the day, I think it ultimately benefited, Britain. She got the win.
It's a good way of looking at it.
But that's what I wanted to talk about. You made this a shitty fight. That's what she said. Beck said that you made this a shitty fight, meaning that she ran.
Yeah.
She ran the entire.
Is that what you saw, Rob?
I saw it.
Now, here's the thing. I know
she
it's
was on her. When I say run, she played her game.
Picking her shots.
Exactly well.
Mm-hmm.
She masterclassed that performance. Mm-hmm. Exactly what she did.
Yep.
She sharp shot, if that's a past tense word, where she would, circle around. She picked her apart.
Yeah.
Again, maybe there's a little bit too more emotion. She couldn't catch up mentally. And Britain she had a better game plan. And she came out on top.
I struggle with this. I always struggle with this in fights when people say, well, this person ran. When people say that, I know it's bare knuckle fighting championship. We say it all the time, bare knuckle fighting. You're here to fight. You're not here to run. You have 5 2-minute rounds and you must fight the whole time, right? So my thing is, though, if it's your game plan to do what you're doing, which is, quote, running, that's your game plan. And I'm not saying I love to watch it. That's just your game plan. I mean, so that's why I struggle with it. I want to see a fight, but I also respect they come in with a game plan. She's trying to stick with it.
Yeah, she executed her game plan perfectly.
Floyd Mayweather, he's not a huge, he doesn't run.
Yeah,
but
he's not a Mike Tyson by any stretch.
No, but what I'm saying is
he's just one of the best boxers of all time, arguably the best boxer.
So that's what I'm saying. If they have a game plan, they have to stick with it. But I know that and we really need to be forthright with that. If it's bare knuckle fighting championship, all the fighters need to know you can't have that game plan. You must fight or you're not coming back.
Well, listen, man, this isn't boxing though. You're not able to just sit back and guard every shot either. One of these punches that gets through, that could end the fight, whether it be knockdown, knockout. A cut could end it. We
saw that with Yuli.
Exactly.
And that was quick. Well, like I said, that's the long and short what I saw of Britain and Beck. And I will say it's
1-1 now, man. It is 1-1. Where do you go from here?
Do you have a rubber match? Do you put Beck versus Paige just because people might want to see that fight at some point?
Beck asked for Paige, and I saw Paige posting more actively about BKFC. I think there might be something in the works. And listen, win, lose, or draw, now you're setting up a Beck versus Paige fight. They're both coming off of recent losses.
But I'd still watch it because of who it is.
Or I'd watch the rematch.
That's what I'm saying. And then I'd like the rematch too. Where's Britain head next?
What do the fans want? Which direction would you like to see Beck Rawlings go? Would you like to see her go Paige Van Zandt or run it back? Best out of 3.
And then if we don't run it back, where do you want to see Britain Hart go? Where does she go from here? Because, I mean, she's got a nice, solid record. I'm a big fan of Britain Hart because I love her grittiness. I love the fact that she has competed for BKFC. I feel like Britain's always on a mission, not only to bring respect to herself as a fighter, but to bring respect to the sport of bare-knuckle fighting.
Give her the winner of Christine Taylor.
You could in New Mexico. That's a good fight.
Give her the winner of that.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Well, we'll see what the fans think. I do know. I just want to run through before we have the press conference coming up very soon. That'll be around 2 o'clock on YouTube and on the app BKFC.com. I got a couple notes here that I made during the fights stuff I heard and stuff. So let's start from BKFC 26. Let's see, Jimmy Rivera versus Howard Davis. Kudos to Howard Davis. Wow. I mean,
is that fight of the night? Did it get fight of the night honors?
I know it was
an excellent fight.
Main event did.
Main event was fight of the night, but I can
Both
say
great fights.
I can say
Both
that
great fights.
Jimmy Rivera and Howard Davis. Howard Davis is clearly a Ryan Perez guy. I've said this all the time. Ryan Perez has this magic sauce that he puts on these fighters. They're talented too. Howard Davis, I saw him in the casino afterwards. Hell of a fight for him to go to a draw with Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy says that, let's see, Jimmy, he felt good about his debut, he told me.
Okay.
He doesn't agree with the judges.
No, he thought he won.
He said he called Davis, though, a tough opponent. He said how tough Davis was. And he said he had a real fun time in there. He's looking forward to getting back in there as soon as possible. But he believes he won. He won. He said he knows it's tough when you're fighting a hometown favorite. And he said...
yeah, it was a tough fight to score, man.
He said he wants to come back again in September, October. He's already looking for it, but it depends on what Dave says, the boss man, as they like to call him.
So he's cool. He's comfortable. He enjoyed it. Obviously, he thinks he got the W and he wants to come back.
Yeah, he even regardless of what happened, he loved it and showed a lot of respect for Howard Davis, which he deserves respect. Howard Davis had a good fight.
Yeah, Jimmy's head movement. He just looked great. I mean, that's just look at the height difference and the range difference, though, man. That is a very,
it's crazy.
very
and
difficult
seeing it
fight
live,
for Jimmy.
It looks this way on TV, but when you see them live, it was way different. It was crazy.
Yeah, putting him in this fight for his first bout
wasn't easy.
Yeah, big shout out to Jimmy, for taking that
Jimmy
bout.
El Terra Rivera, one of my favorite nicknames. But good to him. Check that out, BKFC.com if you haven't seen it. That was one thing I wanted to touch on. I got some other notes here, too. By the way, there's some great articles on BKFC.com, or you can grab them on the app as well, BKFC app, all about this stuff. This is all coming from articles that I've read afterwards. I know that Francisco Ricci defeated Yuli Diaz. That was quicker than I thought it would be. 76 seconds, TKO, first round.
Wow.
I mean, the new interim middleweight champion now, Francisco Ricci, who deserves it. I mean, Yuli would have too, but... Look, Francisco, he's undefeated.
He's undefeated.
And he's a pleasure to watch fight. He's a great fighter. And this is cool because now, I was thinking about this, we're worldwide anyway, but it's cool to say Italy, I'm a Paisan, has its first ever BKFC world champion, an Italian one. Was it first round stoppage? That cut on Yuli's eye was rough.
Yeah.
That was
that was
rough,
a good stoppage.
Dude.
That was a legit stoppage right there.
Did you notice, though, in Ricci's post-fight interview, he used it kind of to take some shots at the beloved Mike Perry, who we're going to see in the press conference.
No love lost between those two cats, man.
He still wants that fight. Yeah. But then, undefeated also, Mike Richmond comes in the ring, which I'm excited. He's number 2 ranked, I believe, middleweight contender. And he comes in, and they had two of the best bare-knuckle fighters in the entire world in the ring at once, facing off, very respectful. And that's a fight that I can't wait to see.
The fans were pissed. Yeah, the fans were pissed.
Here's the interview.
How do you feel right now, man, with that nice piece of gold around your waist?
I feel pretty good. We deserve to go a little bit more, but it is what it is, man. It's a high-paced sport, and Yuli's a fucking monster. If you don't believe me, come in here and fight him. I dare you.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of camaraderie between the two of you, but let's talk about this journey, man. You have had a journey like no other to find your way here, to be undefeated in this organization, and now to be the king of the middleweights, the interim king in the middleweights.
No, say that one right. Thiago left. Much respect to him. He's a legend, but he left. And let me just tell you guys something. Perry's a bitch, and there's numerous other people here that are bitches because Yuli's the only one that came in here to fight me. Yuli is my friend. Obviously, we're boys. He's the only person that had balls to sign a dotted line. I called him. I said, listen, bro, we said we wouldn't fight unless it's for a title. It's for a title. We both need a dance partner. Fucking the platinum pussy ran somewhere in England. So, listen, I'm the king. There's no fucking interim bullshit. Thiago left. He went to MMA. He had a phenomenal career in here. He retired undefeated from bare knuckle. Much respect to him, but I am the fucking king. My name was presented to him, too, and he declined it. So, I am the fucking king.
You got a guy that's ringside right now, the Marine Mike Richmond, that was on commentary. Actually, I'm sorry, he's right here. He's right here. Mike Richmond's right here.
Listen, I'm a fucking fan of Richmond, and as Nate shook, I asked to fight Richmond because I didn't want to fight Yuli. But push comes to shove, Yuli's the one that showed up. Hey, I'm healthy. As soon as we can fight, we'll fight. I got respect for you. You're in the core. Yeah, do it. 100%. Listen, hey,
there it is.
I don't talk. Ask Nate. I never turned down a fight.
There it is, folks. That could be your next matchup for the championship. Here's your champion, Francisco Ricci.
There it is, Rob. Nothing but respect, and I'm fine with that. Look, I'm a guy, I've told you many times, you know me. I love
there was no respect to Perry.
No, not for him. I'm talking about for Mike Richmond. Perry, forget about it. And numerous other people that are here, you said, didn't have the balls to fight him. So whatever that means, I'd like to unpack that and find out who he was talking about.
I don't think he was talking about Perry because from my understanding, my sources.
You don't think he was talking about who? Mike.
Excuse me, not Richmond. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm making sure we're on the
I don't think
same
he was
page.
talking about Richmond because I heard that Richmond was not able to make weight.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing.
He didn't have enough time to, cut down.
Look, did you see the Mike Richmond-Lorenzo Hunt confrontation at the weigh-ins? So if you saw that and you just saw him on screen here, Mike Richmond is like huge. Like he's
Lorenzo Hunt picks fights with everybody.
That's all he does. That's all he does, and he's ready to go. Look on the show, Luis Palomino, Mike Richmond.
I don't know if Richmond's the one you want to mess with, though, man.
Hey, the Juggernaut is ready for anyone. And that's what he's saying. So we'll see. But we'll see.
We'll
see one day.
One
but
blemish on his record.
Let's look what's in front of. Let's look what's in front of Francisco right now, Mike Richmond. So this is going to be a fight I'm excited to see. All right, these guys both so much fun to watch. But you were saying Mike offered the fight. Apparently, he couldn't make weight, and that's nothing, no slant on him or anything like that. It's that he has to have some time to make weight. 3 weeks wasn't enough because he's got to come down and weight. So that's understandable. That's complete. I think it's completely understandable. So now you had Yuli and Francesco. I didn't think it was going to end like that quick. Props to Yuli. I love Yuli as a person, as a fighter. I love watching him fight. I wish I could have seen more of a fight. Two good friends going to battle. That had to be hard. But now Francesco comes out on top, and we see where it all goes next. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next, but nothing but respect. He said, "You're in the core. I respect you." But is that a fight you want to see? Richmond and Francesco? You have to think about that, huh?
I do, because listen.
I'm pumped
because I saw the Lorenzo Hunt in Richmond. I like the bad blood. Mike Perry is fighting MVP. That press conference is coming up, today. I would love to see Perry and Francisco dance. There's a lot, man. I would like to see the fight. Yes.
Well, there's plenty of dance partners.
Absolutely.
Let him get through that fight first, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. Because look, no matter what happens, we're going to put on great cards. Again, this card, huge, coming up in London, BKFC 27, 2 o'clock today, streaming on the BKFC app and on YouTube. Check it out. Mike Perry's got a mic. You never know what's going to happen. MVP has been excited. I've been on the phone with him. He's very happy to be here, and we're very happy that Bellator is lending him to us. This is the super fight of the summer, easily. There's nothing that can touch it, in my opinion.
Of all time, man.
And then you have David Hay there. Dave Feldman's over there in England right now. We saw the pictures earlier of them facing off in front of, I think it was Buckingham Palace. Is that where they have the guards that don't they just...
Yeah.
Because the first thing I do when I'm telling you come with me if you come to London. First thing I do is I'm going over to those guards and I'm going to make them laugh. I want that on the app. I'm going to make one of those. Is that illegal?
Imagine Senior with one of them.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that illegal? Can you do that? Can I try to make the guards laugh? I don't know. Really.
A lot of people try. Making them laugh.
I'm just going to moon them.
Very stoic, very stoic.
Is that disrespectful? I don't even know. I should probably do some research.
Yeah, I think they'll lock you up.
I don't want to. I shouldn't joke about that. It's disrespectful. I'm a very respectful guy.
No, I mean, if you drop Trout.
Drop Trout. Yeah. Well, they lock me up anywhere. I've got locked up twice last week for that in public, Oh, shit. Good sound effect usage.
Right, well, it looks like Reggie Barnett is not able to join us today.
I was looking forward to talking to Reggie.
We've been trying to hail him for the past
hold on,
30 minutes unsuccessfully.
Before we go.
Seems like a very unfortunate common...
this is common occurrence, but I don't know what's going on. I was really looking forward to it. So I have some notes here. Can we really quick, you're going to be Reggie, I'm going to be Brian. I'm going to ask you the questions.
All right, cool. I'm Reggie Barnett.
All right, ready, Reggie? Where have you been? Last time, I'll help you. Last time we saw you was what? BKFC 20, I think. It was unanimous loss to Johnny Bedford.
Can't keep a straight face, man. I'm trying to play Reggie Barnett because he's not on the damn phone. I want to talk to him.
Why did you take him off? Why did you take some time off? What happened? Was your head kind of messed up? You wanted to kind of get mentally right? Where's your headband? You always wear cool headbands.
All right, what was the question? Say it again. I forgot what the question was.
Let's move on. What are your goals in BKFC, Reggie?
To win.
Okay, that's a good goal. Were you mad at BKFC? Like I saw some stuff online that you were saying. What was that all about?
Listen, Brian. They messing with me, man. They messing with me. I'm trying to get the big super fights. I want Bedford to give me Grant.
So is this you acting to be funny, or do you think he would answer the question like this? In your opinion, this is your opinion, right?
Maybe the Florida judges.
I don't know. I don't want to go too far down this road.
I do because
he's
going to yell at you next time he comes on. That's why
it's going to come off very disrespectful.
Well, because he's going to yell at you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can have him and Grant on at the same time next week.
That'd be cool if we could do that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if we could do that. But the thing is, I mean, I love Reggie. I've said this since day one. Reggie's a great guy to work with. He's a great fighter. I have a lot of respect for him. But I'm not saying it's disrespectful, but scheduled for an interview here. From what I understand, he's not here. So you can be Reggie, and we're going to ask him more questions.
I'll be Reggie. Ask me about that.
I'm going to ask you about your training conditions. Hold on. Let's talk about Dat. Reggie, what are your thoughts on Dat?
Fuck Dat Nguyen, man. He left. He ran. He was ducking me the whole time. Oh man, I am.
Okay, all right, Reggie, you're done.
No, but them getting into it. I was looking forward to that fight. That is one of those fights that I really want to see. So as Reggie Barnett, I'm calling you. I'm Reggie Barnett. Dat, come back to the camera. Dat, I'm Reggie Barnett. Get back into the ring. Stop. What do they call it?
I don't know.
Stop ducking me, man.
You're not a good Reggie Barnett.
I'm not. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. You would be. I want Reggie to be Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie's great. You would be
Reggie in here.
You'd be uneducated hands. That's what you would be. All right. Reggie,
that's right. Look at these.
We'll try to get Reggie rescheduled. Reggie, we love you, man, and we hope you can come on next time and face off with Jared.
Yeah,
or something
clearly.
like that.
I want to hear about. Seriously, I do want to hear about that. I want to hear about what his future is and what he sees next.
I want to hear about everything. There's a lot to get into. I had all these notes for Reggie. We'll use them next week. Well, I mean, that was what I saw. And don't forget, we can't sleep like we said. We're talking about it. We're plugging the press conference. But in speaking about Reggie, July 23rd, BKFC Tampa Fight Night 2. Going to be a great card. You can check that out on the app. You can also see it at BKFC.com. Card's coming along nicely. Here it is. Jomi Escoboza. This guy, we talk about him time in and time out. He claims to be one of the best bare knuckle fighters ever. And if you look at his record, I mean, across the board, even before he got here, he's undefeated. This guy, he's looking to be a linear champion, he told me. And Jomi is a guy that's got that, and he'll tell you. I like joke with him about it. He's got that awkward, strange, wacky jab, but it's so freaking effective. But then you got a guy like Jared Warren. This guy hits really hard, man. And Jared's a game player. So these are two great fights. See the rest of the fights, BKFC.com or on the app. Grab your tickets. We're going to watch this new promo if you haven't seen it. It's awesome. Together to promote the July 23rd fight. And
then we're going to get ready for the press conference, man, because I got to get my popcorn and I got my cheeseburgers.
What about, you said you're bringing booze too, don't you?
Protecting that and let him fight me up. Reggie Barnett Jr. Big right hand, down goes Travis Thompson. Big right hand, and Johnson down again. Little movement from Barnett. Before for Jared Grant, looking for the quick finish. A barrage of punches lands the right hand. Captain Deadpool. Show me Escoboza.
Wow. Shout out to, and I don't want to say his name wrong. I've never met him, but I know he works for us. Is it Brandon or Brendan? It's one of the two.
I call him Brandon.
Is it Brandon? Okay. I call him Brandon. I call him damn talented. That video package was amazing.
Yeah,
this guy's on
legit.
fire with the promos. Huge fan of BKFC as well.
All the things he's teaching Evan is amazing.
Oh, you better hope Evan's asleep and he's not watching. Get ready for that presser.
No, amazing video put together.
Yeah, it was really good. Thank you for that. I'm even more excited now. That's the Florida State Fairgrounds. That's going to be packed. It's going to be so much fun. Make sure you tune in on the app or buy tickets, BKFC.com. You can grab the app there or buy the tickets. Can't wait for that. We're going to get out of here in a minute. Just a reminder, 2 o'clock today, streaming on BKFC app and on YouTube. Britton Hart there. She's a feeling.
Wrong button.
So we're gonna get. Let's rewind that. Ready? Okay. So 2 o'clock today, streaming on the BKFC app. There we go. And on YouTube. Make sure you check out the press conference. MVP Mike Perry super fight. Connor Tiener's going to be there talking about our man Joe Elmore, Mick Terrell, David Feldman, special guest David Hay. Don't miss it. BKFC 27 London, man. We're leveling up, and we're glad you're here with us. We'll see you at 2 o'clock for the press conference. Until next week, knuckle up!
Like, comment, subscribe!